morning, guys. I thought we'd check homework a little differently today, so I'm going to check homework on the board. I'm going to go through each of the 5 questions that I gave you for homework last night. I'm going to do each of them both ways, one using the chart for metric conversions and the other using multiplication. So every question that we did last night for homework was a bigger unit to a smaller unit, and that's what we had talked about in our lesson yesterday on our conference. So every time we scoop our decimal point, it's going to go to the right, and anytime we do an operation, it's going to be multiplication. So question 1 was 25 meters equals blank centimeters. So the first thing that I'm going to do is write out my chart. King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk. And it's 25 meters. So meters is, of course, my base unit here. So for 25 meters, I put the 5 in the meters column and the 2 in the column to the left. And my decimal point goes right at the ends of the whole number. I'm going from meters to centimeters. So I scoop once for decimeters, twice for centimeters, and put in 2 zeros. So my answer is 2,500 centimeters. Now I could also do that a different way. I know that 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. So I know that I have to multiply to go from meters to centimeters. So I can do 25 times 100, which gives me 2,500 centimeters also. And that's how we do the first question. Question number 2 is 9 decameters equals blank meters. Now this one's a little tricky. So I know that there are 10 meters in a decameter. Now the reason it's tricky is because sometimes we mix up decameters and decimeters, and we don't want to mix the two of them up. So we want to make sure that when we do our chart, King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk, we know that that 9 decameters is the one to the left of the base unit. And then I just simply add my 10 to go to the meters. So my answer is 90 because it's just 1 unit over to the right. Or of course I could do 9 times 10 equals 90. So I can also do that one using both methods. Now, again, we were supposed to memorize the chart last week. I know we didn't get to have that quiz on the metric conversions. So we want to always make sure that we're reviewing that. We want to make sure we're refreshing our memories on that, and make sure that we remember how many meters are in each of the other units. Number 3 from last night's homework. Number 3 was 3.8 meters equals blank decimeters. So again, this is just decimeters. This one is not decameters. This is decimeters because it's only DM as the abbreviation. So I have 3.8 meters. So if I use my chart, King Henry doesn't usually drink chocolate milk, I have the 3 in the meter column, my decimal point, and the 8. So the reason the 3 goes in the meters column is because if you remember, we said that the last digit of the whole number has to go in that unit. And I'm only going to move it one place because decimeters is the one right there, right next to it on the right. So the answer is 38 decimeters. Of course, I know that 1 meter equals 10 decimeters. So I could do 3.8 times 10, scoop one place, and get 38. Now just take a notice. I'm going to change colors here for a second. If you take a peek here, you see the difference between these 2 conversions. In this one from question number 2, it was 10 meters equals 1 decameter. But in number 3, it's 10 decimeters equals 1 meter. So those are different units, so make sure you don't get those confused. So we have 2 more questions left from the homework. Number 4. How are we doing with the video there, Ariana? You getting the bottom of the screen okay?
Yep.
Okay. So just so you guys know, I have my 7-year-old daughter is videotaping for us this morning. I thought this might be a little more exciting than just watching a blank screen from the Explain Everything video. Yes, I'm still in my slippers, and just so you guys know, I'm still drinking my coffee this morning. So just a little glimpse into the morning of Mrs. Riker. I hope you guys are enjoying your morning. I hope you're all getting good night's sleeps, even though you don't have to get up too early for school now. So we have number 4, back to our homework assignment. 245 centimeters equals blank millimeters. Now this one I'm only going to use the chart for, and I think you're going to understand why in just a moment. King Henry doesn't usually, well, I'm going to put a little M there for meter, drink chocolate milk. Now, 245 centimeters, be very careful. Make sure the 5 is the one that goes in the centimeters column, because that's the last digit of the whole number. So then we fill the rest in, and we have, of course, an imaginary decimal point because it's a whole number. So because I'm only moving to millimeters, I only have to go one place. It's basically to the end of the chart. So the answer is just 2,450. I'm just going to leave that one like that. Our very last question here from last night's homework is 1.7 kilometers equals blank hectometers. Now, we haven't really looked at hectometers. Hectometers is another one of those, we don't really use them all that much, but there are 100 hectometers in a meter. I hope you can get that. Can you see that? Is it too small? Can you zoom in maybe just for a minute? Good? Okay. So 100 meters equals 1 meter. So I could certainly do 1.7 times 100, scooping 2 places to the right because there are 2 zeros in the 100. Scoop, scoop. I would have to add a 0. I can also use the chart for this one, so I'll show it to you both ways. King Henry doesn't mind drinking chocolate milk, or usually, depending on how you want to say it. So this is our last one here from the homework. Move my notebook out of the way. So it's 1.7 kilometers. Now, I put the 1 in the kilometer place because that's the last digit of the whole number. And I'm moving to hectometers, which is the very next one over. I don't have to add, oh, wait a minute. Sorry, I made a mistake. So it's, I was thinking there are actually, so I have this all backwards here, so don't mind me. I made a mistake. It's too early in the morning. I apologize. So what I was actually thinking was that there are 100 meters in a hectometer. So I'm just going to erase this so I don't totally confuse you. I'm not going to do the entire video over again, so just don't mind me. It happens, these things happen. So there are 100 meters in a hectometer, but this is actually kilometers, so I don't know why I was thinking it was meters for some reason. I think it was, I don't know why I was getting confused. But there are actually only 10 hectometers in a kilometer, and this is a question that I wouldn't use multiplication for because we don't really memorize those last couple of, how many hectometers are in a kilometer. We memorize for meters, we don't memorize for kilometers. So I do apologize because I wasn't thinking for a moment. I was thinking about meters instead of kilometers. But basically, if you use the chart and you put the 1 in the kilometer section, in the kilometer column, and you scoop it one place to the right, you end up with 17 hectometers, okay? So that's the homework assignment that you did last night. Can you make sure you get all the answers in there? Can everybody see the answers, hopefully? So this was a new way of doing the live video. I think that made me a little nervous too, a little camera shy. But I hope you enjoyed a little glimpse. Makes it a little different, changes it up a little bit. And I am going to do another video and post a second video for some capacity and mass conversions today as well. So have a great day, and you can end the video.